Now, Sarada has one of the most important roles in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, and there's a lot of evidence to prove that she will. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys why I think Sarada is going to have an important role. But before we start, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and also follow my Twitter, link in the description. Now, one of the first few pages that we got of Boruto Part 2 was Sarada actually trying to convince Shikamaru that Boruto was innocent. Now, you can see that she's been trying to prove Boruto's innocence for the last 3 years, and Shikamaru just hasn't been budging since he's under the omnipotence. Now, let me explain what omnipotence is so y'all can get the gist of it and where I'm trying to go with this. Now, omnipotence is an Otsutsuki Shinjutsu that has the power to change reality, and it makes one's desire come true. We saw how it worked with Kaoki when his desires came true and made everything switch. Now, when omnipotence was activated, it was supposed to have everybody under the jutsu. Somehow, Sarada and Sumire were not affected, and Sasuke was able to suppress the effects of omnipotence. But that was only thanks to Sarada for convincing Sasuke to help Boruto. And ever since then, Boruto and Sasuke did not step foot in the village. Now you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with Sarada? Now if you remember, Sarada actually awakened her Mangekyo because of Boruto. Because Boruto was being framed for the killing of Naruto, and everybody was hunting Boruto down. Now as of right now, we're only one chapter into the time skip, so we don't know any of Sarada's abilities. But there's one thing about Sarada's Mangekyo that people are not noticing. Now Sarada's Mangekyo design is a sun. Now usually the sun goes hand in hand with light, and if you've been paying attention, Boruto's Jogan looks like the moon, and the moon usually goes hand in hand with darkness. But that's not the only parallel that we got. We also have Kaoki's Dojutsu to look at as well, as Kaoki's Dojutsu looks like an inward version of Sarada's Mangekyo. And I've seen people point out that Kaoki's Dojutsu looks like an eclipse. Now this is where things get even more juicier, because in literature an eclipse symbolizes a lot of things, such as obliteration, fear, and the overthrow of the natural orders of things. Now we already had the obliteration part to match Kaoki, as in the future the village of Konoha will be destroyed. Now I don't have anything to match fear with Kaoki. Only thing that comes close to that is when Kaoki basically threatened Ada, so I guess that checks out. But one thing that matches Kaoki is the fact that he changed the natural order of things, such as reversing the lives of him and Boruto, making Kaoki Naruto's son and Boruto the village outsider. And it could also mean that Kaoki is taking the light from Konoha, as Mitsuki also started to notice the darkness within Kaoki. It's not going to be long until everyone starts to see Kaoki's twisted ways. This is why Boruto being the moon is so important. Because of Kaoki, Boruto is forced in the darkness. Now you can use a little bit of science here, as the moon is usually reflecting light from the sun, because now in this case Sarada is now Boruto's son. And remember, nobody has seen Boruto in the last 3 years. It's only when Code finally decided to attack Sarada, and Code even told Sarada himself to summon Boruto, because out of everyone he knew Sarada would be the one to bring out Boruto. And he actually was right, because we got one of the most savage returns in anime history. And another reason for Sarada being Boruto's son is she was the one that sent Sasuke to protect Boruto. And because of Sasuke, Boruto was able to get away from Konoha. And one of Boruto's last wishes to Ada was to tell Sarada that he was going to be back one day. So now that we got that out the way, let's talk about how Sarada could potentially reverse omnipotence. Now it's clear that Sarada has something special going for her now that we know that she's definitely immune to omnipotence. But the thing is, why is she immune now? I've seen a couple people say that it's because she's in love with Boruto already. So that's why she's not affected by Ada, because she's already fallen in love with the Otsutsuki, which in my opinion would make sense, as Sumire is also unaffected and she has nothing special going for her, as genetics wise she has no ties to the Otsutsuki. It would have made sense if Sarada was the only one unaffected because the Uchiha have ties to the Otsutsuki, but that would get debunked right away because Sasuke is also an Uchiha. Matter of fact, he's a full-blooded Uchiha who was affected by omnipotence. So yeah, I think the most likely scenario would be that Sarada is in love with Boruto already, and we've already been teased that Sarada already likes Boruto. And no, I'm not a shipper or anything, but all the signs are there, and I'm just presenting it to y'all, as everything is coming full circle now, as Ada is also starting to catch on, as it's obvious eventually Ada is going to become a threat, as Damon was giving Sarada and Sumire the side eye, as it's obvious that Damon is going to off anybody that poses a threat. which leads me to believe that Sarada's Mangekyo ability is going to be something special. Whether it's something that helps Boruto prove his innocence, like an insane genjutsu, and I actually see Sarada getting an ability like Koto Matsukami. So there's no denying the possibility that we're eventually going to see Sarada versus Ada, and this is where I guess we'll probably know the truth about omnipotence. But with the way Sarada is going so hard for Boruto's innocence, Sarada is going to be the light that shines on Boruto to help save Konoha and the Shinobi world, and shine over the eclipse that is Kaoki, that is trying to take the light from Konoha. But remember, we're still only on the first chapter, so anything could change and we might get even more developments on this. But tell me what you guys think down below in the comments. It's been your boy Stormy, and I'm out. Peace.